Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how I get my nails like this. Today I did end up using the Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. I've never used this system before, so I was pretty new to it as well. But I have been doing my nails for about a year at home. So I do have some experience doing my own nails. I've used Polygel, I've used dip powder, I've even done my own acrylics before. So if you guys are interested on how I got these, then keep on watching. I recently just got this Kiara Sky Jelly Tips. This is the first time I'm using it. I already did my one hand, as you can see. And I will just take you guys through the steps of doing everything. So these are my natural nails. I've been doing my own nails for probably about a year now. I'm still kind of practicing and working with what I have. This specific brand, Kiara Sky Jelly Tips, I have never used before. So we're gonna try them and see how they hold up. I've seen one video on how to fill them. Some people are saying you can't fill them, so it's kind of miscommunication right now. So right now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this e-file. This is from Amazon. The majority of the stuff that I get is from Amazon or Sally's. This specific one was, I wanna say, $20. And I'm just taking this small bit so I can file all of the dead skin around my cuticle off, and then we'll have a clean nail to work from. Next step is I usually take this clipper right here, and I believe this one was from Sally's. And I just kind of get all of the dead skin that came up after filing all of that. And next I'm just gonna take a nail filer. Again, this one was from Sally's. And I'm just gonna lightly buff all of my nails. And the next thing, I'll just take this paper towel and I will just take acetone. And just kind of wipe my nails down. Next, these are the tips that come with the Jelly Tips set. I didn't get the full set because I already have a dehydrator and a primer, so I didn't feel the need to spend $100 on this, so I just got these, and then I just got the builder gel. These are all sized by number, so you just kind of size your finger to what the number is. I am always usually the biggest thumb, just because my thumbs are kind of a good size. So you just kind of fit it on there and make sure it fits. So what I do with these to customize them a little bit more too is I will file along the cuticle and make it match my cuticle a little bit more. And then I'll show you what else I do after I figure out what size they are. So I got all my sizes, and the difference between these and regular tips, these are actually made out of gel, so they aren't made out of plastic. So you can actually cure them with your UV light, and they should last like a normal gel set if you were to get them done in a salon. What I'm gonna do to these tips is I'm going to first file the cuticle down just to kind of make it a little bit custom. And then once you file it down to make it custom to your cuticle, I'm going to be taking this drill again, and I'm just going to be filing inside of this to make it buffed up where my natural nail fits, just so it adheres a little bit better to my natural nail. All right, and then after that, the instructions on their website say to use a dehydrator. This is my dehydrator that I use when I do acrylic nails. If you guys want me to do maybe acrylics or dip powder, I even have Polygel. I went crazy when I decided to do my nails on my own and bought basically everything you can think of. So if you guys want me to do a video on one of those other nail techniques, I'm sure once these are done, we can definitely try to do that as well. So I am just going to use the Dehydrator on all of my nails. And then the next thing it says to use is a nail primer. This again is for acrylics. I'm assuming it works the same way. I hope it works the same way. And then the next step is using the builder gel. So this I've never worked with before. This is the first time I've ever used this. So on their website, it says to take this and put it a thin layer on your nail and then cure it for 30 seconds. But because my nails are a little damaged, I'm going to do 2 coats of this. That's what I did with this set, and it seemed to work a little bit better. I did try to do just 1 coat and it was kind of slipping everywhere. So I'm gonna try to do the 2 coats. All right, and then I'm just gonna cure that for 30 seconds. This nail lamp I got from Amazon as well. I believe it was maybe $20-something. And then we're gonna go in with another coat. This is a really thick product, which I think it makes it easier to work with. And cure it another 30 seconds. And then the next step is to take your tip and put the builder gel in where you buffed, basically wherever the natural nail is going to be. Now this is going to be the hard part to kind of show you guys. After this, you have to place it on your nail and squish out all of the air bubbles. I had the worst time doing it earlier, so this is definitely going to be something that you're going to have to practice and get used to. Basically, you just kind of squish it down on your cuticle and you just push it all the way. Try to get all of those air bubbles and then cure it with your nail down on it. And then once it's moved, like you move your finger out of the way and then cure it there too. It's hard. This set actually, if you purchase the whole set, it comes with a nail lamp that probably is a little bit easier to work with, but I was like, I don't need that because I have one. And even so, there's like a huge air bubble, but it's fine. These will just come off earlier then, and then I can do another nail video on something different. Everyone was saying that the thumbnail is the hardest, and I agree with them completely. And unfortunately, these are actually all sold out on their website. I'm assuming it's because of everything that's going on right now, because this is a simple, I mean, you would think it's a simple technique to do at home, but it is kind of hard to squish it down so there's no air bubbles. I will say that. I'll let you guys know how long these last, if they last at all. So I'm just gonna do what I just did to the rest of the nails. Now with the pointer, I think it did pretty well, but it was still really difficult. So I'm going to actually maybe do it like this and see if that'll help my situation that I'm having with these pesky air bubbles. I think it did help to an extent, so I'm gonna do that for the rest of my nails. Yeah, that works so much better. I don't know if you guys can see, but this one has little to none air bubbles, which is great. All right, so I actually went back in and redid my hand that I did off camera just because the way that I did it with my right hand instead, how I went like this, changed the game. Like this is what you have to do if you have a light like this. You definitely have to flip this like that so it's easier to reach and really press hard on that nail, because the ones that I did, like these 3 are like perfect. And then I did it all on this one too. So the next step is to file these. I'm just gonna take a hand filer and just kind of go along the edges like this. There is spillage a little bit, but I have noticed that if you just go like this, it does come off really, really easily. So just do that on all of your nails. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this e-file again, and I am going to just run it along the cuticles just to make it a little bit more customized, because these are full cover tips, so they look like everything else that you see. But with this tip, I'm just going to try to blend it in a little bit better so it looks more like my own nails. I'm going to file off these tips right here because I'm not going to shorten them, so I'm just going to file off that like raw edge. I'm going to take this buffer and just kind of buff off this shine texture on all of the nails. By the way, I am right-handed, so doing this hand is a little bit more difficult. Alright, so everything is all buffed, so I am going to go wash my hands real quick, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the gel design that I'm going to do. All of the ones that I use are usually from Sally's. I do have a couple that I've gotten from Cosmoprof, from people that I know that are professional cosmetologists, but other than that, mainly Amazon, Sally's, stuff like that. So the first thing that I'm going to use is this Dehydrator to get rid of all of the natural oils off my nails. And then next I'm going to go in with this base gel. Because these are gel nails, you technically don't have to do the base gel. You can kind of skip this part, but I always just use this just as a precaution. I just cure this for 30 seconds. The color that I'm going to be using is Gelish Creme de la Femme. This is probably my favorite like natural nude, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. The base coat is the only one that I use the 30-second mark on. After that, I do 60 seconds for each coat of the color and then also of the top coat. I'm just going to cure this for 60 seconds. Do the second coat. Cure that in the lamp. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a French tip. I have done this before, so it's pretty easy for me now. I'm just gonna put this white on this dish right here. This is a lot easier when you have gel polish, because if you don't like it, you can just wipe it away and not cure it and then redo it, and it's so much easier. Take this brush right here, as you can see, and I'm just going to be doing a chevron design. This does take a little bit of time and patience, especially if it's on your dominant hand. It's even harder to do. So I'm not even gonna film that for you guys, but I do a pretty good job just because I have a steady hand and I work pretty well with them. But it is really hard to do if you don't have practice. So it just takes practice. So I'm just gonna cure that in the light, and then I'll do another coat just so it's a little bit more opaque. I'm gonna do the rest of my nails. actually switched brushes, so it's gonna be like a longer brush. I think it might be a little bit faster if I do it this way. Sorry if it's hard for you to see, it's hard for me to see too. I'd say I'm pretty content with this, so I'm just going to cure this in the lamp, and then I will be right back before I do the top coat. Okay, so everything is cured. Now I'm just gonna take a top coat. This right here is the Young Nails Stain Resistant Top Coat, and it is by far my favorite top coat I've ever used. If you want white nails, if you have light nails, anything like that, this is what you need. I got this from Amazon. I think it was $20, but it's worth it. You can have your hair dyed, you can have self-tanner, and still have bright white nails with this. That's always an issue with me for some reason. All of my nails always get stained if I wash my hair after I just dyed it or use self-tanner, anything like that. So I definitely recommend this, but I'm just gonna do a coat of this and then cure it for 60 seconds, and then I'll be right back when both of my nails are done. So this is everything done. I am just going to use some cuticle oil. One thing I will say is doing your own nails does take long, but in the end I can do whatever I want. I can change something right away if I want to. So that is how I do my nails. If you guys are interested in how I do any of the others, like Polygel, Acrylic, or even dip powder, I could probably do a video on those too once these grow out. I get really bored with my nails a lot because I do them myself, so I switch them up all the time. So if you guys are interested in that, just put it down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.